Hello and welcome to Arts 24, where we're going live to one of France's biggest music festivals. Vieilles Charrues takes place in the far west Finistère department of Brittany. It draws hundreds of thousands of music lovers every year, come rain or shine. And France 24's Jennifer Ben Brahim is there soaking up the atmosphere. Jenny, hello. Well, Vieilles Charrues has been described as France's answer to the Glastonbury Music Festival in the UK. Is that right?
Olivia, I have to say that is absolutely right. And probably the biggest similarity has to be the weather. Now, it's quite grey currently. We've had one ray of sunshine to give us a bit of hope. But for the most part, it's been really rainy, muddy. But just like Glastonbury, festival goers are prepared for this. Everyone has been stomping around in wellies, in ponchos. And we actually got to ask them, how are they surviving?
Ça nous arrête pas, ça, la météo. Hein. C'est pas un souci.
Breton ne s'arrête pas avec ça, on est équipé.
La météo, on a des caouets.
On est bretonne, donc on a l'habitude de la pluie.
Et puis il y a une bonne ambiance, donc en vrai, la pluie, c'est qu'un détail.
J'ai l'habitude.
C'est pas la pluie qui nous arrête, on a tout prévu. Les chaussures exprès, rien ne nous arrêtera.
Now, Olivia, I was not prepared like these festival goers, but I'll definitely learn for the next edition. Now, another big similarity with Glastonbury is just like the British festival. Vieilles Charrues really started off as this very small party with like 500 revelers having a great time in a field in Brittany. Now, that was back in 1992. And since then, it has really snowballed into this giant festival. It is actually one of the biggest festivals in Europe. Now, back in 2023, it attracted over 346,000 festival goers. Now, the brand of Vieilles Charrues is now such a famous brand that in 2016 they even had a special edition in New York's Central Park, and that was really an homage to the 19th century Bretons who migrated to the United States. Now, we actually got to speak to one of the organizers from the festival, and he told us why this festival is so unique. Take a listen.
We always had this desire to organise concerts and bring together artists, headliners, people we dreamed of to perform in our garden. It's a festival that hosts 70,000 people a day in a town with a population of 7,000. It takes place in the heart of Brittany, far from any major centre, so that makes the Vieilles Charrues atypical and unique. So it's no coincidence that the hundreds of thousands of festival goers return year in, year out to party together and enjoy the one-of-a-kind concerts.
Jérôme Traorel speaking about the success of the festival there, and he mentioned headliners. They do get some very big acts. Jenny, tell us about some of the music this year.
That's right, Olivia. There really is something for everyone, from classic acts like Sting, who was actually sold out Friday's edition. It's really the Sting effect. There's also Simple Minds, PJ Harvey, and indie darlings Kings of Leon. Now, those festival goers I was telling you earlier who are really braving it in the mud, they were out till 3 a.m. on Thursday night to see French legendary DJ David Guetta. There are some other French acts also on show this weekend, like L'Impératrice, as well as some rap from the likes of Pelka, as well as Daju and Taïk, who are teaming up to do this special festival tour. Now, something that I'm really looking forward to that is a little bit more unusual is a Breton act called Insi Sonore. Now, it's a Breton composer who's bringing together his band of pipers to really make this atmospheric, almost like installation art performance. Is actually taking place in a tent, thank goodness, because of the rain, with lots of light installations in a circle. Let's take a quick taste of what to expect from these Breton musicians.
Wow, a sort of neo-Celtic vibe there. I like it. Well, Jenny, despite the huge success of this festival, there have been rumours, though, that this could be the last ever edition.
That's right. There's really been some tensions over the years between the organisers and the mayor of Carhaix, where the festival takes place. Now the mayor is arguing that the festival's become too big. It's really gone away from the original spirit of the festival back in 1992. Now the organisers on their side are saying that the mayor is really putting up too many roadblocks for them, such as a loss of land, as well as a new tax to rent out this land. Now they had a meeting on Wednesday that went very well. So the festival in 2025 is secured. It will take place right here in Carhaix. However, another meeting is taking place in October to discuss the rest of the festival future. So fingers crossed we'll see a 2026 edition and onwards.
Well, all the more reason to enjoy this year's edition to the max. And I think you'll be fine there, Jenny, with your very nice Mac. Thanks for that update. And we'll have some more musical highlights from the Vieilles Charrues coming up in our music show next week. Well, next, to a style of dance born of music, breakdance. Emerging alongside hip-hop in the US some 50 years ago, it quickly caught on here in France. Today, it's a high-level discipline, and it's set to make its debut at the Paris Olympics, which is a first for the Games. Aurore Dupuis, Valentine Herba and Noémie Julien take a look back at the history of breakdance from the streets of New York right up to the Olympic podium. Take a look.
Breaking, breakdancing, b-boying or b-girling, in short, an acrobatic dance where dancers battle to the beat of an unknown tune. Marion Motin discovered breakdancing in her childhood. Since then, she's been winning battles and coaching international stars like Madonna, Christine and the Queens, and Stromae. When breakdancing arrived in France in the 80s, she remembers the reaction of rebellious French dancers.
We had access, well, not as easily as today because we didn't have the internet, to the steps, to the culture, to the history of hip-hop. But as French dancers, we had little respect for tradition and tended to reinterpret it in our own way. There are many b-boys in France who created their own style and skills, standing out a lot more than anywhere else in Europe.
And breakdance continues to evolve, as shown in Hip Hop 360, Marion's latest show that celebrates 50 years of hip-hop culture. Breaking emerged in the Bronx, New York, and arrived in France in the early 80s, making its first appearance on TV.
To practice breakdancing, which is a new hobby in France, you don't need snow, you don't need skis, but you do need to be very flexible.
It's an international thing that will set the whole world on fire. It's awesome. You've either got it or you don't. You can't smoke or drink when you practice. You need to be in good physical condition. It will go far because for once we have something that's not expensive.
4 decades later, the French Olympic team is set to compete on the 9th and 10th of August, hoping to win the battle of their lives, a gold medal.
Well, that Hip Hop 360 show is on here in Paris at the Théâtre du Châtelet until July 21st. Now to Morocco, where a group of young women are establishing themselves in the exclusive circle of the Gnawa music scene. Recognised by UNESCO, this particular art form's been practised for centuries. Historically, it's been reserved for male musicians. But there's a small revolution underway, as Nina Masson and Jérôme Vasilakos report from Essaouira, the cradle of Gnawa music.
The beats of the Banat Timbuktu Orchestra resonate through the heart of ancient Mogador. On stage, Asma Hamzawi is breaking a taboo. She's playing the gembri, an instrument until recently reserved for men. At 27, she is the first woman to have broken into Essaouira's Gnawa music scene. Today, she is recognized as a malima, the highest rank in the art form.
It's an honor. The elders were fine with me joining them. It was the malimas of my own generation who were resistant.
Leader of an all-female music group, she breathes new life into Gnawa music and is now showing the way to other women.
If any woman sees me perform and wants to play the gambari, it's totally possible.
Asma was once the only woman to play the gembri. But singer Hind Essaouira quickly followed suit. She became a malema 7 years ago and is unique because she doesn't come from a Malem family.
I am the daughter of Essaouira. I face a lot of obstacles and still do today. I get negative messages, but that motivates me even more to move forward and to prove that nothing can stop me.
Naila Tazi started the Gnawa festival in Essaouira 25 years ago, and she's seen many changes in the music scene.
It is true that the Gnawa Brotherhood is very masculine, but in recent years we're finally seeing women play the gembri and become masters of Gnawa music.
Today, Asma and Hind are the only two Malema women singing in Essaouira, two young artists now considered among the greatest.
Well, we're wrapping up the show with more music. Marshall Mathers is back, better known as Eminem, of course. The rapper returns with his 12th studio album. It's called The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, suggesting that he's done with the alter ego who won him a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album 24 years ago and arguably launched his career. He's just released a single from that album, so this is Toby, featuring Big Sean and Babytron. We'll leave you with a preview. Otherwise, catch us here next time on Arts 24.
Toby Maguire got bit by a spider. Me must have got bit by a goat. I used to dream as a kid I would grow to be one. I hope that I inspire hope for you to go get what you desire most. Spit fire, bitch, I was just flying coach. Y'all thought you were sick, you were misdiagnosed. I'm dope and you never had this high dose. Now my state's in the building and bitch, I done slept on more floors in the Empire State Building. I got so many stories, but I hate ceilings. Ain't filling your top 5 favorite rappers, so I know they about to be pissed at me. But this to me is a mystery. How rappers I've already ripped could be higher up on a list than me.